Hey folks, Keith93 Lumber coming back at you with a side-by-side. A side-by-side of Treehouse. This is their Aftermath. It is an Imperial Stout. It is 9.6% alcohol by volume. And this one is Aftermath, or Vanilla Bean Aftermath. The Vanilla Bean comes before the Aftermath. It is also an Imperial Stout. It is also 9.6% alcohol by volume. I'm not going to read both of these, but they basically say the same thing. This one mentions vanilla beans on it. So I'm going to read the normal one. Both cans are the same. This one has like a brownish kind of tape thing on here, and this one's got a blue one. But it says Aftermath Imperial Stout, 9.6% ABV, filled June 6th, 2012. So I will just put that one there, and I will read this one. I got these from my buddy Tom. He had some beer for me, so I went and picked them up. And usually when either I have something for him, or we have something for each other, or he has something for me, we usually exchange the beer, and then we usually add, just for fun. So I gave him some beers. He gave me these. It just says 20. This is the regular one. It says 2012 to 2022, more to come. Happy B-Day 2022 Lil Haystack. So I am assuming that these were canned on June 6th. That's what it would imply. Let's see what this says. Aftermath. Aftermath is the revival of a pure Imperial Stout brewed with chocolate. It features a complex assortment of malts and is brewed with milk chocolate during every stage of the brewing process. It pours like chocolate syrup and carries intense notes of dark chocolate, roasted malts, and an appropriate balancing bitterness. Last released in 2012, Aftermath is a beer that bridges our past with our present. It enables us to reflect on our past while aspiring to improve and evolve in the future. Cherish and enjoy. Yeah, so it's brewed with milk chocolate, which makes this a non-vegan whatever, unless it's vegan milk chocolate, which does exist. But knowing Treehouse and how many fucking milk stouts they make, I assume that it's not that. So yeah. So let's I'm going to pour these one at a time. This one is the base Aftermath. And this one is the it basically says the same thing, except it says after finishing on vanilla beans, and then it has vanilla cookies as an additional tasting note. So it's the same thing. Same thing. Yeah, Tom gave these to me a couple weeks ago. I don't remember when I went up. It was like 2 or... I don't remember. Ruin the review. So yeah. So this is the regular. This is the vanilla bean. They are basically identical. Dark, very dark. Not getting much light. The head on this one the head on the vanilla bean looks slightly darker. Slightly. But yeah, let's get a nose on the base one. A little bit of roasty bitterness, chocolate. Yeah, that's that one's kind of straight to the point. Now the vanilla bean. Yeah, tastes like vanilla and chocolate. The maybe a touch of that roasty bitterness is coming through, but it's mostly just vanilla. It's mostly vanilla, and then there's chocolate, and then the thing. So, thank you, Tom. Cheers. There is like a there's a little bit of like it's like a drying maltiness that is like, at first I thought it was like, sometimes in darker beers you get that little metallic thing. I thought it was that at first, but it's more of like a, just like a, like kind of like a grain, not textured graininess, but like a flavor graininess. You know, must just it. Yeah, it must just be the way the bitterness comes across. It's a bit more bitter than I was kind of expecting it to be. But yeah, it tastes like chocolate. It basically just tastes like chocolate. It's got that bitterness. It's a little bigger than I was expecting. Uh, it's got a little bit of a roastiness. Unless, because it does say notes of dark chocolate, roasted malt, and an appropriate balancing bitterness. And it does say keep cold, enjoy fresh. So I don't know if, because what if this was if these were canned on June 6th, that makes these 2.5 months old. Which, I mean, for adjunct stout, maybe is a little long, but I should have brought some water in here, but I didn't. But yeah, I just think the roasted malts and that bittering are a bit bigger, because it doesn't even taste sweet. It tastes like, I mean, it does taste sweet. There is a chocolate syrup aspect to this. But that bittering and those roasted malts make it lean a little more towards like Russian Imperial Stout for me. And that was the base one. So let's see what the vanilla bean one has. See what it tastes like, is what I meant to say. Cheers. Yeah. This one's a little more approachable for me. Or not approachable, but I like this one a little bit more. They said vanilla cookies on the thing. Like, it reminds me of sugar cookies. It reminds me of, there's another kind of thing that I haven't had in years that it's reminding me of, and I can't remember what it is. But yeah, this is a little more. The vanilla is pretty big. It has that chocolate syrup aspect to it. And it does have the bitterness and that roastiness thing that this one has. But that vanilla kind of helps round it out. And like I said, I don't know if these are just adjunct stouts that, like, even 2.5 months later are just like a little, they should have been enjoyed a little sooner. Or if that's just how it's supposed to be. Based on the description, I thought this was going to be a little more, I mean, I guess it says dark chocolate roasted malt and an appropriate balancing bitterness. But like I said, this base one came off like leaning more towards Russian Imperial Stout than. You know, that roasted malts thing though. It's in there, and it's a thing. Yeah. And not that it's bad. I think in my head I was just expecting like a kind of like huge sweet stout kind of thing. And this kind of like went a different direction a little bit, and I'm just like, oh, this sucks. It's not bad beer. It's not bad beer at all. It's good. It's good. I like this. I think just in my head, it's not what I was expecting. So I'm just projecting a little bit and not articulating the fact that it's a good beer. Just not kind of, I went into it expecting something else. But yeah. What are the tasting notes on this? Dark chocolate, vanilla cookies, roasted malts. Because I'm getting a little bit of like a, and I know it's like you can get it for base stouts too. Getting a little bit of chocolate covered cherry, a little bit of like a raisin thing, or like a oatmeal raisin cookie kind of. Yeah, this one's more straight up like dark chocolate, bitter chocolate syrup kind of thing. Yeah. So yeah. It was fun. I don't think I've had a treehouse beer in a little bit, so it was nice to have one. Have two, really. And also these might be a little bit better once they warm up. I didn't keep them super cold, but it says keep cold, so I took them out of the fridge for a little bit, and they're a little bit colder, but I'm taking sips of them now, and I feel like they're getting a little more cohesive as they warm up. I think some of the aspects of it it's very separate. Like there's a chocolate aspect, there's the roasted malts, there is the bitterness, there is the vanilla in this one. But I feel like as it warms up, it's getting a little more cohesive, or maybe my palate is just getting used to it, or whatever it is. Yeah, it's becoming a little more. Yeah, it's yeah, it's so hard. It's so hard to. They say keep cold, and it tastes like trash when it's cold. So I don't know. Do people even really care what beer tastes like? I don't know. That's for another time. So anyway, yeah, this was cool. I don't think Tom watches my reviews or anything like that. I don't even know if he knows this channel exists. But thank you, Tom. And yeah, I hope you're all doing well and taking care of yourselves and taking care of each other. You can like this video if you would like to. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. You can follow me on Instagram at 93lumber. That's spelled out, 93lumber. And we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.